Where's the music? There we go. Good morning. 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Saturday. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's right. Isn't that groovy? I think it's so cool. I wrote it last night and I went, wait a second. That's super cool. I didn't quite use those words, but I was close. So it is Saturday morning and I've got lots going on and I'm excited because look who's here. If you believe in the freedom of music, yes. My main spirit animal in the house. She's there. My other spirit animal's right up there. But anyway, how are you? Today is Saturday. Tonight is one more Saturday night with Gary Lambert. Tomorrow morning we make smoothies. Tomorrow night, I'm excited. Musician Square Circle. Last night, display and share. So cool. Mama Grace and I had a blast. And then we went downstairs and we finished watching a challenging series, but we had both read the book and I'm a huge fan of the author Wally Lamb. I know this much is true. Mark Ruffalo playing 2 parts. Heart-wrenching and incredible. But I had put it off for a while. I didn't want to watch it on my iPad because I really wanted to see how he transformed from one brother to the other and how, because I read the book, how they would fill in with the Italian family, you know, his portion of it, his grandfather's portion. I can't do it right now. Yeah, not so cool. But if you have HBO Max, I would suggest it, but be prepared because it's, like I said, heart-wrenching. But Lillian's still on vacay. She went on a road trip. She's slept it off last night, I know. And I go rehearse today and then I pick her up and I'm so excited. And then we're going to dye Easter eggs. I don't think Lillian's ever, I have beautifully, you know, like organic, beautiful eggs from Ease Eggs. Thank you, Jason. But I bought some Easter egg dye yesterday. I thought, you know, it's been a while. I didn't want to do the gold thing or I like the natural ones, but I figured we're going to a family get together and it would be fun to have a little color, a little extra pop on the plate because I'm making a big, you know, I'm making one of my plates. Anyway, I'm excited because it is Saturday and it is Saturday morning. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, one more Saturday morning with Mr. Jeff Metzger. Paging one more Saturday morning with Mr. Jeff Metzger. Oh, he's got a flower on. Hi. They love you. Can't hear you.
OMSM and the big applause.
Can you believe it? It's Jeff Metzger. I love the flower. Tell us about this cute little flower on your.
Say this thing?
Yeah.
It's the same as my hats I wear, the Mauna Kea.
Oh.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a pin.
No, it's orange. It's orange like the hats. It's still a little chilly here, so.
Oh, really?
Nice week, well, relatively speaking, of course.
Well, it was 85 up in Lakeport yesterday.
Oh, man, I would have loved it. Well, we had a couple of days in the 80s this week.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It was nice.
What did you do?
I tried to get out of working so I could, what did I do? Sat out one night. I took a walk one time, just try to get out as much of it as I could. It was, I'm ready for the warm weather.
Yeah. Hey, Rob Morocco. Rob Morocco's here. Patty's here. Let's see who else is here. I don't even know.
Hey, team.
I didn't even check to see who's here. Rob, Bill, Lindemann, Grace is here. Patty's here. The gang. And Cher. Do you see Cher?
I saw Cher. When did you get Cher?
Last night, Grace displayed her on display and Cher.
Ah.
We had the, Gracie and I did we did
All the
11 a.m. and p.m. together.
All of Gracie's wisdom.
Right there in a box.
Bestowed on us and with Cher.
And Cher. Yeah. Did you hear any, you know what? I tried to open that link and I couldn't open it, but I have a feeling, is it Dead & Company in Mexico somewhere?
Yeah, they announced it. It was today. They announced it Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Where?
Where? In Mexico. Where?
Well, Mexico's kind of a big place.
In Cancun, the same place they've done it for the last few years.
Oh, okay.
The resort, I guess they moved the resort the last time they did last year. So they're staying there. I guess it used to be where they do it. They had multiple resorts. Now they found a bigger one, and everybody is in one place. I've not gone, so I'm toying with the notion.
I used to do that in Jamaica with a few other bands, because I would go down and work, and then I was on we were fasting a lot of the time, and then raw food stuff, but we'd sneak away for a couple of nights and see Little Feat. And
yeah, I hear that Little Feat one's pretty cool. A friend of mine went last year, and that was the one that kind of struck me. Smaller, more intimate.
It's one resort where you run into 50 people that like people are like, Jenna, and I'm like, oh, come hang out at the resort I'm at. And I was at a tiny 9-bedroom place about an hour away, and they were all in like Club Med type thing, and I was at my friend's private place for a month. I'm like, yeah, come hang out. My friends would come over afterwards 2 days later after partying, staying up for 4 nights straight, be like, can I have some juice, coconut juice? But your cousin is in Baton Rouge. Let's go, Patty. I love Baton Rouge. But, well, are you going to go?
Perhaps. I didn't really want to have to make a decision in April for next January, but apparently
you got to make it. You got to.
And the good thing too is they alumni get first dibs on everything. So,
sure.
So what's left, whether anything left, So the answer is I don't know. Kind of like to go to the Little Feat one too if they have it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time. Everybody I know that's been there likes it. They love it.
In Mexico?
Yeah, but it's a big gathering. If you ever see the pictures, I mean, there's like 6,000.
Well, it's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I put out, when I go to New Orleans, when I'm there for Jazz Fest, as Jen knows, I do my gigs at night. And during the day at Jazz Fest, I know where to go to not be around the people. I love being around the people because I get to see my friends, but I'm not too much of a Gen Pop person. So I can go hide out a little bit. But this would be a new experience. So you, speaking of Mexico, are going soon.
Different part, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 3 weeks? 3 weeks?
3 weeks. How exciting. You guys, we need to put our reservations in if we want to do this last weekend in February.
Yeah, we can discuss that when I'm down there. We can, I'll talk to the peeps and
I want to do a takeover.
provide some details, yeah. That's right, we have that.
In the
And,
fall.
and then with the end of March, we're supposed to go to Africa. So yeah, I guess we'll go with the end of February.
Because
Mhm.
the Africa thing, did you rebook everything?
Well, we rebooked the safaris, so everything will spin from that later in the year. We'll have to plan the rest around it. But the stuff that needed to be booked is booked.
Where are you going again?
That's those safaris are in Botswana, but we want to go to Cape Town too first. So we have that'll be the piece that will be added later. I'm not yet. I not yet want to incur any more um, non-refundable expense.
Exactly.
Still a little too far out. But
Makes
1 year from right now, here's the plan. We'll be reporting from somewhere on the African continent.
so cool. And that's next March,
In late March, early April.
because that's what was going to be happening last March when I met you guys. Yeah, we're going to Africa. Yeah.
That was April, yeah. So
2 weeks.
right. Because remember, getting to Mexico, there's this one world famous restaurant in Cape Town, and I think they put the reservations up in 3-month blocks
Really?
at like 2 months ahead of time or whatever. So whatever it was, the day we arrived in Mexico last February was the day that we had to, or the night we had to call for the reservation. So we were still, so that's what we did. Or maybe it was online, but maybe it wasn't a call. Whatever it was at a certain appointed hour, which in Mexico time was like 2 in the morning, I think it was.
Wake up,
So
Jeff. Make the reservation.
Maybe it was midnight, and so I had to be on the computer, but doing the whole thing, get the reservation, and so as of then, yeah, we were still planning on going.
Yeah. No, I remember that Saturday night when we were all standing by the stage drinking our tequilas. Thank you very much to my friend.
What did I say? I had to go back to make the reservation. Or was that I must have done it that night or something?
I think so. Outside of all the sharks, Cape Town is outstanding, Rob Morocco says.
Well, hopefully it still will be next year.
Beautiful architecture.
So that's next year.
So Mexico next year, a different part in January.
We'll see.
And then back down to San Pancho for the last weekend in February. And then you go to Africa, and then it's Jazz Fest. Maybe.
Well,
they change Jazz Fest. They might really change it. They've actually had that discussion for a couple of years because the weather's been changing over the past 5, 7, 8 years. I don't know why, but
so if this thing goes in October, if it goes forward in October and everything works, you think they're going to do another one in 6 months?
No, I think they would change it to October
Permanently.
if it goes right. It's October's. Jen, are you still here? October's stunning in Louisiana. I love it.
Yeah, you would think.
Oh, I love Christmas. I was there once for Christmas. I would do that again. But yeah, I love New Orleans in October. Shh, don't tell anybody. Sucks, actually. Go in June. Go in August.
Yeah. Lovely then.
August is like, they would say, I had a woman friend, her name was Mama Alice. She'd say, August in New Orleans is like walking at the bottom of a hot pool.
Oh.
If Jeff visits Canada, I will get him great tickets for the Toronto Raptors.
The Toronto Raptors, who playing a home game in Florida, that's where they are now, smacked our Warriors around by 53 points last night. Ugh.
I think that's why he was throwing that in there.
Probably was.
What? I'm telling you. Should have stayed in Oakland. August is good for your soul. Yes, that's true, Jen. That's so true.
Where?
In New Orleans, in Louisiana. Because it takes you to another place. Take me to another place. Was it 50 points? I turned it off after a while.
It was 50. I didn't watch a minute of it, thankfully. It was 53 points. We were down 61 at one point.
How crazy is that? That's just.
No, that's not good. Even with all their players out, that's still not good. You got to compete. That's
Yeah,
not
you have to play the game. Step up. Why are you getting paid millions of dollars to lose?
competing. Well, thankfully, I didn't watch it.
Grace and I watched it for a little bit, but then we had to, I don't know, I guess we had to come up here and hang out. We hung out here up here last night. Where's the pie? Did I make pie this week? No, I made an orange almond tort. And today I'm making another one, and I'm making chocolate cloud cake. I'm making little cakes, mini cakes. That's later. That's later. Do you bake?
No.
Oh, wait, what am I talking about? I'm talking to Jeff Metzger. What did you have for dinner last night?
What did we have for dinner last night? We had tuna poke. I didn't make that. It was ready.
But you picked it up, or was it delivered?
I picked it up. And eggplant, Sicilian eggplant parmesan. And then I made swordfish, pan fried swordfish, pan roasted swordfish, pan fried swordfish, and a salad. That was it.
Dessert?
Yeah, we had a little chocolate peanut butter.
The Australian peanut butter?
New Zealand peanut butter,
New
yeah.
Zealand. My roomie's still here, by the way, just to let everybody know.
We didn't do the New Zealand thing this week.
You didn't?
No, because he did it. It did a day earlier because of Easter. Everything was moved up, and we just hadn't got our act together yet by Tuesday. So that's good. We support it.
Peanut butter lasts that long in your house?
No, we just keep getting new ones.
Okay, I'd be
It's
like,
available every week.
is it a dark peanut butter? So is it like not super sweet?
There's two kinds. There's a regular, and then there's the chocolate one. There's actually probably more almond butter. We've only got the two kinds.
Oh, there's almond butter too?
It's like a small jar for $9.50 as opposed to but it's worth it. I mean, you get what you pay for. It is definitely superior.
Can I put an order in and send you? Can I Venmo you and put an order in?
Well, how we get? I should probably get more. We'll talk. Yeah, I could probably. But how we have to? Yeah, I could send them. I can send them to you. I'll get a couple extras and package them up. Yeah, we can do that.
We could start a whole thing. 11 with Jenna chocolate and peanut butter.
Next week I'll get more. I'll figure out how to get
one more Saturday morning butter.
We could do a peanut butter tasting.
Yeah, any day, right here, right now. I have the spoon. Did you see my anime and Lillian's anime? What is it, Rob?
That's a puzzle. No,
anime. We've been cartooned.
The tune. That's right. The tunes. Yeah.
Lillian and I've been cartooned.
I know the answer on crossword puzzles. It's frequently the clue answer. It's one of the regulars on crosswords.
I know that Animaniacs. Speaking of maniacs, mine's on vacation. Where's yours?
I haven't seen her today, so either sleeping still or hanging out with her cuddling with her mother before she explodes onto the scene.
Fast
She
and off.
went to a new vet this week.
Oh, how'd that go?
Fine. It was almost like we just decided to go to the closest one to our house. We've used him before for cats and things. Figure, okay, you know what? If it works out there, why go searching all over the world okay. So the first was the meet and greet, and just to get them to know each other, and she also needed her anal glands squeezed.
Right.
So
Express.
Whatever the thing is. So it went fine apparently. Apparently she wasn't thrilled about, as Lisa would say, somebody playing with my ass, but But other than that, the thing went fine.
That's funny. Well, you know, if they're good, they do it quick. So
Yeah, it seemed to go fine.
is she a scooter? She scoot? Is that
What?
when you go? Does Layla scoot and then you go, oh, or do you do it on it as a timely thing?
Well, it had been done for a long time, but then something, who was smelling? One of the dogs was smelling something, or it was on the couch with the dogs. So we figured it out. Yeah, I smelled it. I said, okay, last week. So we figured
it was pretty much already done.
We had to get this dealt with. Yeah, so we did. But so yeah, that was Layla's.
The first time that happened with Lily and we were on a road trip. What's new? And I was like in the car with Lisa. We had this really nice big old Escalade type thing. And I'm like, Lisa goes, Lily needs to go to the bathroom. I go, that's not. And then all of a sudden I realized what it was. So we had to go take a shower and, you know, do the whole bit because it was on my pants. She was very expressive.
That's shit.
Yeah, it was shitty. But she's an expressive puppy. I can't help it. But you know, you could learn to do that at home.
No.
While you're reading, while Lisa's reading poetry.
No. They're doing the nails in the.
She gets put in that thing when she does her nails.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like I think we have to have that. She's going to get some nail clipping this week. We'll put her up in the.
Like that?
Yes. No, she doesn't really like it, but she tolerates it. I've sent you pictures of that, right?
Yeah. It's like she's flying. That's how I know people that are doing dental cleanings like that with dogs.
And I think Lisa may have done that last time she had her up there. She stuck a toothbrush in there and got a little bit. But yes, she.
It's like the Walensas.
The flying Walenda brothers or whatever.
Yeah.
The Walenda, yeah. The ones that walk across the. No, not quite that way.
That's what she looks like.
Oh.
When Lillian gets her nails done, I don't even go anymore because, well, I have a few different places around the country that she goes to, but the guy in Berkeley is right next to the vet. Yes, I did. Jeff's was about 3 weeks ahead of me.
For what?
You just asked if we had been vaccinated. So yeah.
Mine was done in February. And Lisa's gets hers 2 more weeks. She has her second one, so we'll be rocking and rolling.
But still wear your masks.
Where required, we certainly do.
What was I saying? Oh, Lillian. Yeah, when we walked down the street on College Avenue in the Elmwood, she actually in Rockridge, she walks, and as we are walking towards John's or towards the vet, she goes as far away on the sidewalk from the buildings as she can, and then she walks back in. Because that's where she gets her nails done. He just holds her and goes, doot, 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 doot. And then another person,
Those are good.
you get on top of her and bring her leg around here and up in that. Okay, now you can do it.
But she's 11 pounds. What Layla was weighed this week, she got bigger again. She's up to 21 pounds, 3 ounces, I think now. So and Lisa she was 15 when we got her, so she's bigger.
Yeah, she's a lady. That's cool. She's a cool girl. Yeah.
Cool.
Are you guys going up to the, what do you call it? Not the roundabout. Where do you go?
Greenbelt.
Greenbelt.
Went to the Greenbelt last night. I think she ate something there because she came out and she had dinner. Next thing you know, she's throwing up all over the couch and eating what she threw up. Ugh. As long as we're telling the down and dirty dog stories today, might as well get it all out
Kid
there.
threw up a couple times this week.
So,
Yeah.
but she didn't seem any more, she
Threw
was
up on
fine.
the couch.
Luckily,
She's like the lap of luxury. I think I'll just
no,
throw up on
she
the
was actually, and she has a little blanket she lays on, this little pad she lays up on the couch. And she's so well trained, apparently, she threw up right on that thing, didn't get the couch.
Hey.
Perfect. And that goes in the washer. That just boom, done. So she was very, very considerate of us.
Yeah. I remember, I won't say who it was, but I was in high school and we were at a party. And we were sitting in a circle doing something. I can't remember what. There was something going around, I think. And there were about 10 or 15 of us there. And I looked over at my friend. I go, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah." And she turned her head, threw up, and then came back to the party.
Yeah, you don't want to say who that was.
But Lillian met a boy. Lillian has a boyfriend named Blue. Blue is this really groovy looking dog. Blue also looks kind of like from a story.
Blue or blue?
Blue. Me and you and a dog named Blue. He's been on the shows a couple times when we're doing the live. It's my friend Tom and Wendy's dog. He's really cool. She loves, like I say, you want to go, we'll be walking down the street. You want to go see Blue? And she U-turns and goes. So we were walking with Blue, and they'd like they bump into each other and, do that. And all of a sudden, Wendy goes, "Uh-oh." And I go, "What? Uh-oh." And I turn around and there's this cute kind of corgi looking, chihuahua looking groovy guy named Hop. He had his little Hop. I'm like, "Who are you?" No leash, no harness, just standing there. Lillian normally when another dog comes near her in Blue, she goes crazy. Like, "Get out of our world. This is our world. Get away." And then Blue's like, "Oh, okay." And they just both go crazy. This guy, Lillian was like, "Hey, Mom, can we take him home? I kind of like him. He's kind of cute." So we look on his tag. And the cool thing, I would suggest that people, I go back and forth on it. I called the number twice. They didn't answer, but their address was on the tag. So this dog walked about 1.25 miles, little tiny legs this long. And I hooped, I hooked them together. Lillian was like, "This is my new boyfriend, Hop." And then she'd look over at Blue like. And then we got to the house and it was a friend of mine. It's her dog. So now Lillian and now they'll be hanging out together.
So story has a happy ending.
Yeah, but I actually thought if they weren't home, I was going to take them to my house. And then hopefully they would never call. And then Lillian and Hop would hop on it, hang out.
We'll go get another rescue then.
This would have been like a divine gift right there. No, I walk them. I go and walk dogs. I can't right now. I'm doing other stuff. I'm making a record next week.
On virtually, or is it you go in the studio or what?
Actually, we're going into the studio. Carl Hess works at a studio in a place called Climax, Michigan. It's about an hour. And the lady is a tramp. She's not a tramp. She's very divine and devoted to Blue, but she loved Hop. With my friend David Lom, whose mother was Dorothy Fields, who wrote so much. So he and his lady, who is not a tramp, Nancy, are moving to Florida. And it was like, if we don't do this now, who knows when we'll get to do it? Let's get in the studio. You like the name of that, Jen? Yeah. So we need to rehearse a lot, and then we're going to just go in and just play for like 5 hours, record what we can record.
We get it all done this week?
We do it on the 13th, actually.
Well, because you only have a studio for, you have unlimited access to it, or is it?
No. We pay,
Right.
we get a good deal thanks to Carl. But no, I just,
So you rehearse, go in the studio and do it all in one day?
yeah,
Okay.
yep. It's just something that we have talked about for a number of years now. Yeah, we need to. And he's like, I'm moving on April 20th. I'm like, what? Which is really devastating, but good for them.
Okay. So yeah, you gotta get moving on that.
Yeah. So that's
This is
kind of,
already there.
video is over 1,000 views. Oh, our After the Gold Rush video is over 1,000 views.
That's good.
Thank you, Rob Morocco. Rob posted it in all these places. And thank you. You were the first share.
I was?
Yeah. That was just a week ago. That was Saturday.
That's true, it was, huh?
And as the kids say, we dropped a song. Then
But you can't, that's right, you can't sing it now because of you being Facebook trouble, right?
I could sing it now.
I mean, I'm not.
But no, I couldn't play his version. And
Oh,
probably if I played my version right now, they would go, and then this show would be over.
We don't want.
I can sing it a cappella. What I still don't understand, and maybe you might know something about this. I don't know if we talked about it. So if you, like when I first started the show, because I've gone back and looked at videos, I looked so rested because I was in the house for 5 weeks by myself. Lillian's on vacation, I told you guys. Anyway, if I sing to a Stevie Wonder song on my show, I get a thing from Warner Brothers and da, 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 da. But how come other people can do the whole song and dance to a Michael Jackson song and it gets 9 million views and they don't get pulled? It doesn't get pulled.
Well, if you go on live, you're singing other people's songs, nothing happens. I guess you can sing other people's songs. I mean,
Technically no, but I do. And sometimes you get caught. Cassandra Wilson she was performing one of her own songs, or she played one of her own songs on her page and they took that off. She's like, it's mine. But then you see like a mom and a dad, and a kid doing the dance to Share or something. They don't pull it.
Beyond my pay grade.
Is it? When are you retiring?
Soon.
What does soon mean?
Not soon enough.
I
don't control a lot of that. It's cases are in the courts. I don't have total control.
So when you have maybe two cases in the courts, and then those are done and nothing else is there that week, is that when you're going to retire?
Well, they have to be over, and there's a number of reasons why they're not yet over. But they're winding their way down. It's just the wheels of justice are turning slowly. So, I'm doing more work than I thought I would be doing now, but I got no choice. Got to see these things through. So, I'm doing what I can to move them through, but I don't have complete control of that. When judges make decisions when, they issue their rulings, when they decide to issue their rulings,
Are you taking on any new cases?
No.
Okay. So when these cases are done,
yes,
the champagne pops. Now, what happens while you're in Africa? Your cases aren't?
Well, I can
say I'm gone.
Well, there won't be anything scheduled when I'm gone.
Gone to Africa.
Yeah, and which has happened in the past. That's easy, and hopefully some, if not all of them, will be done in a year. But it's like anything else. We have access on the computer. I can, emails, everything. You keep working. Nobody knows really where you are anyway. So,
I'd be like, what? Where are you?
well, you try. I mean,
There's an elephant behind you.
I'll arrange not to have
There's
deadlines.
a lion behind you, Jeff.
Right, that's true. Yeah, really.
What kind of law do you practice?
Insurance claims. Insurance claims.
My friend Jen is asking.
Mm-hmm. Insurance claims against insurance companies. So
Cool. And what are you doing today? What's the day?
it looks like I have a little work to do. I got to read through some stuff and I'm behind on a couple of things. I'd like to swim, work out. We have the West, the dog. We have both dogs tonight.
You do?
Yeah, they're going to the desert to check out some of the stuff for their wedding. And
When is the wedding?
November. And then, I don't know, hang out.
No party tonight? No dinner, out to dinner anywhere?
No, because we're the dogs, we'll cook. Haven't got that far yet.
Rob Morocco says noble law. Excellent.
Noble law. But yeah, I'm about ready to turn it over to others.
That's nice. Then you can get out of that office. Have you met my roomie?
No. So what's on the agenda with Gary tonight? What's the hot topic?
I don't know. Do you have a question? Should we come up with something?
He's. We'll just see how he.
I don't know.
All the latest developments.
He stopped by yesterday. I think he was on the early show, or maybe it was last night. I know I did see him, but I don't remember. I don't know. We'll talk about share. I bet I have to see if he has a share story.
I know it was announced this week. There's going to be. I'm sure he saw this. I'm sure he saw it. If not, I can get it to him. There's for 3 weekends in a row. There's going to be a virtual symposium, I guess you can call it, for lack of a better term, to honor Dave Marsh. But it's basically going to be a Bruce kind of a thing, because there's going to be one major interview with him, another one with Little Steven, another one with Pete Townsend, and then a number of various seminars throughout I guess it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday of 3 weekends in a row, all online.
Really?
Well, a lot of my friends are presenting, and it's more based on music and activism, I guess, would be let me see if I can. Music and activism would be the, if you're interested, it's fantastic. Let's see, how do I find it here? I can find it by.
Oh, you shared the video. Thank you.
It's going to be, let's see, this one. Okay, here we go. It's called.
Jeff's title. One more Saturday morning. Me, period. Jenna, period. Now, period. Join us.
Why waste words?
That's perfect.
It's going to be, I'm finding it here. No, I'm not finding it. Okay, one more. Wait a minute. I'm close.
Want me to look?
Finding it. Here it is. It's called Land of Hope and Dreams, Celebration of Dave Marsh, but they have
to tell people who did
his work and his vision. I mean, he's an interesting guy. I mean, I've known him for quite a while. And it's just his activism and his the people he knows, and he's introduced me to a lot of my good friends are people we all met through him.
Cool.
A lot of some of my favorite people for sure. So if you go to landofhopeanddreams.com, it'll be there. There's panel conversations. I'm just trying to get a couple of little Landau's being interviewed on one. Little Steven's another one. Bruce is another one. Dave's another one, and I think Townsend is another one. So those are the big ones. And then throughout the day, you know, I'm reading through some of the topics. Here's one: who needs the music industry? There's one on that. You know, music and community, music and activism, race and class. So it's going to be those kinds of things that will be the topics throughout the Saturdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So I think it'd be cool.
I'm checking it out.
All free, you know, just register. It's all free.
I'm checking it. Thank you. Yeah, I go to a lot of conferences, and obviously they all have been online this year, and it's been interesting to see. You know, we're so used to some of them. I go to one that I've been going to for 30 years, 27 years, and it's like family reunion, class reunion type thing.
Right.
Everyone's talking, and so we're all talking about how we're going to next year. What, you know.
Well, Dave goes to Folk Alliance every year, and a lot of my friends here that are presenting are all people that are all friendly through. I think I turned you on to Susan Martinez.
Yeah.
I think she's going to be. I think
a few times or messaged a few times.
Yeah, she's involved in one of the talks, and so anyway, that should be a fun.
Maybe next year I'll get involved in the talks. I do some panel work. It's fun. I like it. Mark Joseph, yeah. Oh, there's a garage sale, free wood. Do you need any wood?
We do not burn wood in our house. Actually, you're not supposed to in Newport anymore.
Good. I am part of this radio show. Sometimes it's in Mendocino that on Saturdays, that's the whole thing. It's time bank and sharing. People go, I just want to let you know I have a cord of wood that's sitting out on Range Road if anybody needs any, and if you guys want to drop off some eggs or, you know, a pie or something. Oh yeah, okay, I'll bring over a pie. Oh yeah, I could do massage I need my tires rotated. I need this. It's really fun. They don't do that where you live, do they?
No, they do not. We're heavily populated. That is we're not rural. That would be
interesting though, what people could come up with.
Yeah, they certainly could. But, you know, who knows? Someday we may be back to the barter system. I don't have enough skills. That would be a bad thing for me.
Well,
I would starve. I would starve without money to be able to buy things. I couldn't create things to trade for food.
Yeah, I need a letter written to my person.
Well, that's probably true too. So I do legal work for eggs. It's how it started. Things, you know.
Yeah, actually,
I don't see that happening soon. I think that our economic system is not yet on the verge of collapse. So I'll be able to still find my needs in the store.
It's going to be an interesting 5 years. My prediction.
What's your predictions? What?
Just how we're going to bounce back to what we've done.
This year. The next 5 years. You think we'll probably still be dealing with the effects of this 5 year. It'll have to be a 5-year process, yeah.
If not longer.
Or not. Or all of a sudden there will be something that occurs and normalcy will return faster and more suddenly than we expect.
What's normal though?
Pre-normal. Not normal. Pre-pandemic.
Think we need to go back to where that was?
I'm not putting a judgment on that. I'm just saying that could be what the possible scenarios could be, that while everybody's expecting that we're going to change permanently or this and that, you know, if all of a sudden they said tomorrow or June or July, herd immunity, everybody's vaccinated, no more masks, you know, I think, and that will happen at some point, whether it's this year or next year. I think it remains to be seen what will occur thereafter, whether it's going to be a sudden return to what we had before or not. But I think until that day comes, and we really won't even know until you look back and say, you know, it's probably one of those things that if you look back and say, okay, you know, now that I'm looking back, it does appear that on that particular day or that particular time, things just all of a sudden change. You may not even know that it's occurring when it's occurring, but yeah, I don't, I think it remains to be seen just what, I mean, certainly people are going to have economic troubles, some from this that won't recover right away, but who knows? This whole thing, we've never, it's almost unpredictable what the next thing is anyway.
What do you think about indoor concerts? Did you read that?
Yeah, I'd be fine with it. I mean,
yeah,
of course, yeah. I mean, I'm vaccinated. I'd go tomorrow. No, it's not like mosh pits are returning tomorrow. So if there was an indoor concert, you would be spaced out.
I think they're going to be a lot more expensive to cover the costs of the percentage of people.
Oh, I saw this week. Now it's hard. So like Jackson Browne and James Taylor, their tour, they put it back up and they set up a whole new tour schedule. And so I guess it was the one that was canceled from last year. So there's two things. Tours that are just rescheduled, in which the tickets were already purchased, are different than new concerts, things that would be started. Well, because if the tickets are already purchased, that means that there's even a lesser supply now for people that want. So, because when I was looking on Ticketmaster and looking at available, I mean, prices are ridiculous. So, but clearly, I mean, supply and demand, is still a economic force. Of course, if you're having a concert and you've got only 20 or 25% of the capacity you had before, that's going to drive the ticket price up. I mean, I don't know, the artist is never going to see the benefit of that, but that's certainly what's going to be.
Well, they're both fine, so that's okay.
The what? No,
they're both fine, so that's okay.
So yeah, it's going to be more expensive to go to stuff. Although my Los Lobos tickets that I bought were $30 or something,
Really? Cool.
We'll have to see.
I'm curious how, I mean, I know they can do it, but Steely Dan's going back out.
Well, I think everybody's going to try to get
without Walter. Like he's.
Well, they played.
I know.
Yeah, that happened. They've had several tours since he died.
No, they've had one major tour since.
There's only one?
I'm pretty sure.
But I know he's played without him.
It's just such a weird, like when I first started playing without Andre, it was like, whoa, it's just when it's your thing,
Right. Well, yeah, that's part of rock and roll's history. That isn't, that's everybody's pretty much gone through that.
I will definitely see that. It's going to be Steve Winwood and Donald.
That would be good. That would be good.
Easter weekend, Melanie Mansour. Oh, cool.
But you're right. The big acts, especially since the model for ticketing had started to change even before the pandemic, with this, what do they call it? The flex pricing or something, you go in to buy tickets and you click on a seat and it's a particular price. And then 2 minutes later, it's a different price. So
it's like buying a ticket, airline ticket.
Well, it doesn't, airlines, at least, usually that same day, it's pretty much the same. But so that's even going to be worse now because there's less tickets and right. It's going to be expensive I don't know that going to 10 straight concerts on somebody's tour is going to be very economical anymore.
Interesting to see how that, yeah. I'm just looking forward to doing some gigs.
I'm sure you are.
My bluegrass band has a gig now in September, which I'm excited about.
Where?
In Ohio. Somewhere in Ohio. They called us, a bluegrass society in Ohio, called my brother. He's like, you want to do a gig with Art Gompers? I'm like, hell's to the yeah, in Ohio. But I still can count on one hand how many gigs I have this summer.
Well, hopefully next week we're talking, you'll be able to do it on two hands.
3.
Are you actively seeking out? Are you contacting people?
Yeah, some people, well, a lot of what happened was 2 things have happened. Some gigs that were happening last summer will still happen. A lot of places that I performed at have closed, and other places don't know yet what they're going to do.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow road back, but you'll get there. You'll get there.
Or I'll go down other roads. I'm flexible.
Right.
Me and my roomie and Lily and Pearl will just go.
Don't buy. Keep sharp knives away from your roomie there.
The sharp knife is right there, actually. There's a whole thing of them. But I'm excited about tonight because I have a feeling Gary Lambert has a Cher story. I just know it. We've never had the Cher conversation. Either a Sonny or Cher, because Greg Allman used to live at a.
Oh, a Cher, a CHER story. I thought you had a Cher, SHARE story. Well, he probably has one of those too.
Greg used to live across from a club that I used to work at in Emeryville, and he would come in and buy things from the bar and then leave. Sometimes he'd listen to the music, but usually he would just buy things from the bar. I have a phone call that I need to answer, but I will answer it in a moment.
Okay, no, you can go.
Oh,
Okay.
Can I leave?
You can leave.
Right.
Yeah. I'll stay on. No, we'll pick this up next week, and then 2 weeks we'll be doing it I'll be on the road.
You will. You will, please.
And then 2 weeks after that, I'll be on to get the Mexico edition.
We go Mexico to Africa?
No, Idlewild. We're going to Idlewild in 2 weeks for just a weekend thing up in the mountains there. So you'll get the little taste of Idlewild.
Africa is next year, and my brain went
ahead. And then I'll do the one. Where should I do the show from San Pancho? Where should I go to do it?
Everywhere. Oh, Lil is napping right now, everyone, in case anyone wants to know.
You have some time to tell me where you want me to take up to sit when I'm doing this show from San Pancho. Coffee house, the beach, the hotel.
Yeah, let's see. Well, you have to go down to show them the beautiful spot where next door where your brother used to live when I met you.
Oh yeah, that we can do that too. Or I guess I'll just start walking, and then, but I can do it from the hotel. Everybody can see where they can stay.
In the hotel, so we can see what we can. Yeah, like in Canada right now, we are in full-blown third wave with lockdowns and record hospitalizations. Right.
The biggest challenge I have is figuring out what time I'm supposed to come on, because that's that time change there between PV and there, and I think it's 1 hour ahead now.
PV and you, no.
Same. They want to be the same to avoid confusion.
Right.
But according to
I've done that before. I've been in San Pancho, and all of a sudden I'm like, my flight, and I get the guy and fly.
According to my world clock, Port of Vallarta now says it's 10:05 a.m. So that means it's an hour ahead here, which means I'll be doing it at
later.
No, I'll be doing it at 9:11.
Later for you.
9:11 there. Yeah, it'll be later. I think I hear the rumblings of the princess. Layla. Oh, she went out. So I'm gonna go find her.
All right, and Lillian's napping, so she's after her road trip yesterday. Have a great one. Thank you, Jeff Metzger.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Good morning.
Happy Easter to those.
Happy Easter.
Yeah.
To all those beautiful people out there.
Ciao.
I'll give you some more music soon.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Sharing. Ooh. Oh, that's a good record. Oh, I know. So Lillian's napping. That's cool. That was her first concert. And remember, Chris, when we went to see James Taylor and Jackson Browne? That's who we saw, right? That's at Wrigley. Yeah. Italy totally locked down. locked down. Jenna Mammina, locked down. Right here in my kitchen. I think I'm going to go make some breakfast. I'm going to do a couple of dishes and then go make breakfast and then move from there. And then I have to bake, but I'll do that. I think I'm going to do Easter eggs today and bake tomorrow. Maybe I'll bake on the show tomorrow. I was going to make a smoothie, but I haven't really done anything different. You know, I do the same smoothie almost every day unless I run out of something. So, all right, kids, that was super fun. Thank you, Jeff Metzger, and thank you all for being here. Naomi, Beauty, Jen Blanchard, come hang out with me. Let's talk. Let's talk. And Chris, I'm going to go out to David Lom's today. If you want to roll out there, check out what they have. That's really cool that that was Bethany's first concert. My first concert was Glenn Campbell. I think and then before that was football games and um, baseball games, you know, while I was in the belly of my parents, my mama. Sure, sure, sure. All right, you guys, share and share alike. Cosmic thoughts, creative words, and a cool heart. Huge hug. Happy 4-3-2-1. Got to get that TikTok and Twitch thing happening. Jen, do you know anything about that stuff? I was listening to a couple of YouTubes and then I turned them off. Julie Luz, I'm so glad you're home. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Or maybe you're with your family. Either way. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Be nice. Love hard, as Gracie would say. Real hard.